I gotta double check and see how much you can or can't hear me over the fan in the background, which is going to be interesting. Let's play that on my phone. Yeah, the fan's still pretty loud, so I'll probably turn it off. Get back into my creator mode so I can see what's going on. Get my stream manager back up. Okay, I'm gonna turn the fan off somehow. Here we go. That way there's a little less background noise going on. Hey, welcome back. How are you today? Alrighty, so that should help with the background noise a little bit, besides, I mean, like, my animals and stuff, but that's kind of a given on these streams. I'm doing alright. I'm excited to get into the world tour. I don't know where we're gonna start. I think we're gonna be doing a lot of rambling today, most likely. So this is episode 100 of the stream, which means that this world has been ongoing for a solid at least 200-ish hours, I'm gonna guess, of stream time, not to mention the many hours I spent off stream working on it. So there is a lot that has gone on over the time. As you guys know, for anyone that's tuned in recently and seen kind of the map layout and everything, we'll start on the map actually. So yeah, I have hundreds of hours into this world. This is the longest I've ever played a singular solo world. Without any cheats or anything on. Oh, I forgot to update the map too, actually. Is it gonna update it for me? Yes, it will. Okay. I almost forgot to update where we added the decor stuff the other night. Okay, cool. Now that's updated. So yeah, we've had hundreds of hours into this world. It's the longest I've ever consecutively played a Minecraft world, honestly. Even multiplayer worlds I haven't spent this long in, besides maybe like Skyblock and stuff on servers, but actually playing on my own especially, and a lot of these builds are the biggest builds I've ever done. A lot of these are some of the biggest builds I've done, a lot of the most decor I've done. This is the most I've expanded a world and actually built a lot of things and continued to build things. I have defeated the Ender Dragon on here quite a few times, to the point that I'm pretty sure I can't anymore. We've defeated the Wither a couple times. There's a lot that's happened. When we started this world, we started by setting up a little base camp right around here, which lasted for quite a few episodes because, much to you guys' irritation, I don't do well with building in an order that logically makes sense. So I started out with a little base camp like in this area. I had my bed, I had a bunch of chests, I had my crafting table, my furnaces, and I just stayed there. Like, I pretty much built most of the village over there before I even started on a house. So, yeah, I'm not very good with keeping up with correct builds, but that's where we started. And then what we did very soon after was build that village over there, which we'll do a little tour of in a second. The village is completely hand-built. It wasn't at all a village there originally. It is basically looks like a normal village, and my goal was to have it look like a normal village. I used all the village templates and builds and stuff that I could find, especially from over there in the village, took photos and would make houses that looked like the actual village houses, so that it looked like a real village that had just been moved over there, or that had been there already, but I had built it myself. This is also our little fishing island, which is something we built from scratch. This entire island wasn't here. As you can tell if you swim underneath it, it's got quite a bit of hollowness underneath it, because I didn't fully fill it in. It's got a little hollow cave underneath it like this, with two exits, or an entrance and an exit. So we built this entire little fishing island. We have a dock, we have a little fishing hut, we have a campfire, we have a couple benches, we've got our horse that we put here, we've got a couple bridges, we've also got this rudimentary railroad system that goes all the way over to one of the first big mines that I found, which I used for a long time. We have the village, which is where we found originally, but I actually got my villagers by moving and curing zombie villagers, because I really didn't want to try to move villagers from all the way over there to here. We have a little edge farm here, which is our original farm that we had when we started things. I ended up keeping it and then expanding it a little, and then I made a little outline for it recently for decoration. We have our chicken coop, one of the many chicken coops, which is right here. We have our official farm here, which is the first one that we built of actual farms. It has 4 different layers all together, and underneath there is a little workstation area. This is our nether portal that we set up, and I made it to look like a geode after a while when I started fully decorating this area. I thought it would work cool with the purple of the portal itself. We have our little pig farm, or pig hut. This is one of our first ever builds on this world. This is one of the first mob farms that I did, so I made a little pig area and kept them enclosed. We will go over to, well, I guess we can do this one before we go over to the village. This is a little garden area I made. I wanted to fill in a lot of this with something that was more natural and kind of brought nature back into the area and some trees back into the area. And I already had some bees here because when I was growing trees to farm them, there kept being beehives every once in a while. So I ended up making a little bee area as well. There's a couple ponds, there's a bunch of different plants and stuff. There's some azalea and some oak, and there's a bunch of lighting. This is our horse farm here. We have an actual barn which has an upper level. We also have a little upper level there. We have all these horses. I wanted to get like one of every horse basically. I just kind of tamed as many as I could. These are our 3 original horses. We tamed the horse and the donkey, and then we bred a mule. Horse, donkey, mule. Those were our 3 original ones. That's why they get their little own thing, because they were original and because they are a little family. We haven't named any of our horses. I actually still need to name them. I was going to name them all based off of mythology, and I never got around to it. And then we'll go back through the garden. The garden was a semi-early build. I mean, the bees had been there since our little station that we had, where we had our bed and stuff. But actually making it into a garden took a while. This is a very recent build. I just did this on the last episode to fill in some space. It's a little covered area of water with a tiny little river and then a little pond at the bottom. These are our berry farms, which we started setting up everywhere so that we can have more berries to trade with the villagers. This is another farm right here, which has the same concept as that one, just nothing underneath it. And then this one is the little underneath area, which I have as a decoration station and as storage for any of the stuff that we farm. We have our giant villager statue that we made. It's supposed to be one of the farmer villagers. I was originally going to do more than one, but I just did the one for now. This is our hand-built village. It is over 100 blocks wide. There's a bunch of different villagers and villager types. For the most part, they're allowed to be out in the open, except for the major groupings that I need to know where they are. For example, the tall building right here. If I can get over here without having to go all the way around. This tall building is where our librarians are, because I'd like to keep them in one place. And the tall building back there is all of our butchers, and then the tall building way in the back corner over there, off in the distance, is all of our fletchers. So I try to keep our ones that we have a lot of in one place, otherwise I let everyone mostly wander around. I replicated a lot of the village builds and kind of threw them around, and then since then I've been filling in with some more decoration. Like there's a couple wells, there's some farms, there's some just little decorative spots. I still want to continue with making it all grassy and filled in like it is over here. But as you can see, it kind of isn't in here, and then over in this corner I haven't gotten that far yet, so still gotta add some more decoration and some better lighting in here eventually, and polish it off some more. But for the most part, there's some pretty cool setup. There's a couple wagons sitting around here. There's the loom villager, whatever the heck, over here, in here. We'll probably eventually get animals into the pens as well. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and all of the outer wall has 4 different entrances. It also has all these towers, which you can actually climb. They're all functional. I just kind of made them basic, but they do all have the stairway to be able to climb them. Like this. Up you can go, and you can go up and look around. And they alternate styles so that there's some pointy ones for the gates, so it's easy to find the gates, and then there's just the flat tops everywhere else. Over here is pretty much untouched. There's a lava pool over there I use once in a while, That tower over there marks where the other nether portal is, which is the one that leads more directly to the fortress. Let's climb down this way. As far as gear goes, I have been on this world for so long that I have pretty much fully maxed out netherite gear for everything. We have our extra shulker that keeps all our extra maxed out stuff. We have both flame and no flame for our sword. We have silk and not silk for every single one of our tools. And we have our maxed out armor, and we have a mending elytra, mending and unbreaking elytra. The villagers have been here a while. They're starting to get their too full of inventories. Nothing really over here, besides that I've flattened out this quite a bit, and I've flattened out up there quite a bit. As a matter of fact, most of this world has been pretty flattened out and adjusted. It used to be much higher to go from down there to here, and I took like 3 or 4 layers off. It was quite a few streams worth of whittling it down. This is another little storage space underneath the farms up here, which is another few farms. You'll probably be able to see them better from the house, but for now I'll just do like that. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening in this world. A lot of it's terraforming and mundane tasks, which is why I've done so much off-stream, because I know it gets kind of boring to watch someone just terraform or just mine for hours on end like my ADHD wants me to do. This is another berry farm. This is actually the first berry farm that I set up. This is... Thank you. This is one of the gardens for the house. We have a little bee station here. We've got some little bushes for trimming. We've got another garden here with a campfire and some chairs back there. We've got our blacksmith, which is a more recent build, but I'm kind of just going through them as I'm walking through them now instead of in order of how they were built. This is our little blacksmith area. We've got all of this armor that we enchanted. We've got some more armor, some more tools. It's got all of our blacksmith things that you would need. Just a pretty little build. We have a little fabric dye, basically, shop, because that is a witch tower, which I'll go in a second. I did everything witchy based around it and like little shops around it. So this is for leather armor dyeing, this is like a flower station, and this is a potion station, as far as merchant stand type of things go. We've got our campfire, we've got a well over here, and all of this is lit up by hidden lighting that's been completed. I prefer to have the hidden lighting over having poles everywhere with the lighting. So we have our fountain here, we have the food truck, which is a very recent build. We just did this in one of the other... Nixie, would you please stop going after the cat, honey? Come here. Now. 1 minute. Anyways, whoa, I don't know what I just right-clicked on accident, probably that button. Yeah. So this is a more recent build. This is the food truck. It has some stations in there. We have some food on display. We have the little tables here. We have our map wall, which is to show the world some. Basically, all of this has been terraformed at some point in time, and a lot of this forest was completely gone. I had cut out all of this forest and I replanted all of it because I didn't like it being so empty. Same thing with over here. I cut out all the trees over here for a while, and then I realized I wanted it to still have trees, so I replanted all of this as birch and replanted a lot of birch and oak in here, and then I replanted spruce specifically here, so I had a spruce farm close by, since to find spruce otherwise I have to go way off in this direction. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is some of the most intense building and like hours wise and work that I've spent working on a Minecraft world. I'm definitely very tired of it. I can't wait to start doing some other streams after this and do like other games and other worlds. This is our little to-do board that we have for our to-do board and ideas. And then we get into the house, which is going to be a project to explain. So when you come into the house, this is the entryway. And then we have a kitchen in here, which has the little fridge build, which I learned to do a very long time ago and haven't changed doing it since. We've got like a little sink, we've got some cabinets, we've got a little crafting table, we've got a little smoker, we've got the entryway. This is the dining room with the dining room table and some decor and some shelving. A lot of this is meant to look kind of really overgrown and like homey and like books and leaves themed, because I really like that for my builds, and it kind of makes sense for how I am in real life as well. This is a very old map that I haven't dared update. This shows a lot of back when I was still terraforming it and when I had just started doing the house. So it's pretty crazy and cool to look at because it looks completely different now than it did then, which is really interesting. I'm actually trying to remember where that is in the world. I think that is... It's somewhere right near here, but I can't quite tell how close it is because it's so different from what it is now. There's so much more open space and holes and stuff that I didn't have before. This is a little greenhouse area. We have a little garden. We have a bunch of overgrown vines and berries. We've got a little work table, all of that. This is the living room. The living room has little cat towers and a TV and a little coffee table and a little dog bed. It's all pretty cozy, and there's the couch. And in here is the dog room. We have a dog that's named after my dog and a dog named after mythology. Most of my animals are named after mythology, and all of them will be eventually in here. I mean, my actual dog's name is also based off mythology, so I didn't name that one yet because it was still a puppy. Going out this way, we have just a little hallway. We have the cat room, which again, all of the cats are named after mythology of some sort, and kind of supposed to tie into their look itself. We've got like a little dirt area with some grass for them. We've got like their little climbing area, got a little flower. I don't know, I just did random stuff in here. And then in this little corner of the tower is just a little library type space. And then this is the door to the backyard, another one of our little yards. We have a little fountain in this one, and some more bees. I have a bit of an obsession with bees ever since the update when they were added, so I've been using them in everything. This is our little, like, shed slash laundry room. I made a washer and a dryer, and there's just kind of random miscellaneous shed stuff, and the doors go out to the lawn that I already showed you guys. We go upstairs to the second floor. The second floor has a little hidden cubby for our enchanting, which is a fully leveled up enchantment table hidden in here underneath the stairs and out on this little out dip of the house. We've got our storage for our enchanting and an anvil and a grindstone. We've got a little grandfather clock type of setup. We have the spare bedroom, which has bunk beds and just miscellaneous, like a desk and a cat tree and cat bed and stuff. This is also a little cat bed. We've got the upper level of our greenhouse, which is more of the same thing, plus it has fence gates to be able to get out of. That got broke at some point, but that was a calendar. There was a painting there, so that looked like a calendar. We've got some miscellaneous shelving and stuff in the closet, in the hallway, as well as a closet. We've got our little viewing deck to look over at the rest of the world. We have the office room, which was supposed to be for whenever I had to AFK, but I tend to forget it's here. It was supposed to be so I could just sit here and AFK and it'd look pretty. I never tend to remember it's actually here, but it's got a little desk and a little fake computer and a book and quill and some paintings and some bookshelves and a little chair. And then we have my bedroom, which I made to have like fairy lights and just a bunch of bookshelves and some more of my cats. We have the twins, and then we have the cat that's named after my cat in real life. And then we have my bed, which is actually very similar to my bed in real life, which is why I did it this way. My bed in real life is actually up on bookshelves as like a stand for it, as like a bed frame. So I did little bookshelves and made my bed like my bed in real life. And then I have this cat, which I already showed, but I was just showing it again because that's based off my real life cat, which is why it's a black and white cat, because my real life cat is black and white. And then we have the windows and a little desk and a jukebox that I never remember is here and never use. And then we go upstairs, and this is just storage. Everything's pretty detailed out with how I organize it, and a lot of it I've tried to fill up pretty well so that I have plenty of things. I pretty much have almost all the dirt chests full. Usually they're all full. We have all our little like useful blocks that we need here. We've got a little map here, which again is pretty old, not as updated. And we've just got some extra miscellaneous stuff kicking around, like our ender chests and stuff, so that we have all our useful blocks that we might need when we're doing storage and working on builds and stuff. And then we have an open window, which is what I tend to use for traveling around the world instead of going down and out like I'm supposed to. Same thing back here, I just kind of jump out the open window. That's the farm that I showed you guys from underneath earlier, and that's why we have the little library, because that's a little turret style that I added. And then we have the attic. The attic is just kind of old and dusty. We've got a couple like old armor stands in the windows, and we've got an old bed and just miscellaneous stuff kicking around. One of the windows is open so that you can climb out it in case I need to do anything on the roof. And this is the view from the roof. We've got a couple big trees in our yard, which is cool. And that's all the stuff that I already showed you guys, which is pretty crazy. It's cool to see the scale of the village a little better from above, so I like going up here every once in a while to really see the scale of that. There's going to be a big build over there someday, but it's going to be someday in the very, very far future, probably. I didn't end up getting as many builds done in the last episode as I wanted to, so that I had more to tour, because I ended up getting busy in real life and having to get off, which kind of sucked, but at least we got that little water area done. Next would probably be... oh goodness. Next would probably be the witch tower, so that this portion of the world is fully finished being shown off. This is our witch tower that we did. It's everything witchy and potiony. We have really pretty setup with the, what is it, I can't think of the name of the wood for this, but mangrove, the mangrove wood. I couldn't think of the actual word, but we use that for a lot of the stuff in here. This is our actual brewing station and everything. I need to fill the cauldrons again, but this is our actual brewing station that we're meant to use for brewing potions. I just don't tend to remember it's here. And then we have a little secret room in the tower, which is just a little desk space. And we have up top the netherwort farm, which just has netherworts all the way around and some soul fire in the center. And all the windows are like purple and black to be kind of mystical and witchy. And it's overall a really cool build. I was pretty proud of it when I originally did it. I started adding vines recently to try to make it look a little more overgrown and a little less out of place. So hopefully those will help some. I think I'm gonna go this way and then go around for what we're showing. So let's go this way. We have another well here, or another fountain here. We have a little tree swing here. We've got our little gazebo right here. Little platform with some chairs. We have the swimming pool, which is a very recent build. We just finished this very, very recently in the last few episodes. It's got some decorative stuff. We've got a little pool. We've got a hot tub right here. We've got the big pool, which has diving boards. We've got some chairs. Got a little campfire pit. We've got a little storage shed. And then the entrance to the big pool and a little covering for some of it. We've also got lifeguard stations there and over there. And it's surrounded by trees to kind of help it blend in a little bit. And this is the other entrance to it. And then over there is the forest that I've built. Eventually I want to do some pathing through the forest, like forest trails, and add some other stuff into it. That's a completely hand-placed forest, so I'll have to deal with lighting it a little better soon. This is the library, our second big build that is finished and complete and done. We do have the big build over there that you guys have seen on the map, and probably can see if I can get the right angle on it. I have to go this way to show you guys. We have our big build right here, which is also arguably larger than either our house or our library, but it's not anywhere near finished. It's going to be an aquarium. For now, it's just the outside structure, and that's it. That was supposed to get finished at some point soon, but I never really got back around to it yet, because it's going to be really daunting to figure out getting all of the creatures for it. this is our library. I just recently had to redo this entire thing since I built it before chiseled bookshelves were a thing, but it definitely looks much better with the chiseled bookshelves, so while it was kind of a pain to completely redo it, I definitely am glad that I did. It looks quite a bit better. There's a couple tables and some computers and like a computer section here. There's another table. There's a little fireplace. Some more little extra bookshelves. There's a little porch that's all covered and some seating and stuff like that already set up. And then there is a little secret area back here which will lead to a basement someday. I just haven't done it yet. I'm very surprised that you can actually move these while they're filled, which is pretty cool. And then you go through here and there's some seats, and you can go up here to get to the second level, which is just kind of a balcony with some more shelves. And then over here is a little like study hall area. Oh goodness, sorry, my phone still has its sound on. This is a little study area. There's like a couple desks and some stations set up, and the windows are open so you can look out. Even though there's not much to see besides the forest, but still, you can look out the windows. And then we go up into the attic. Goodness gracious. That's my mother. I had to pause to kind of register what she was saying. This is the attic. It's just kind of open and a little bit of growth and stuff put in. That's a bridge that we made to get over to our spruce farm over there. Eventually there'll probably be some builds on that island, but it's a very, very long time away before I get there since I'm still working on building all in here. We've got a couple open windows, and you can also get up to the top section, which is a little roof deck right here, which is pretty cool. So you can see everything from above, which is nice. It looks really cool to look down at the swimming pool from above since it's hidden by the trees when you're coming in. Which was kind of the point. The iron bars and everything stood out too much without those trees, so I did the trees to kind of tie it in some and add some more nature into this section instead of it being all really just builds and grass and no trees. But let's work our way back down. I'm doing the stupid way instead of just going back the way I came, but it's fine. Alright, so that is the library. The library was one of the big projects I really wanted to do because I do love libraries, and I thought it'd be a really cool decorative build that I could kind of push myself to be a little more creative with. This right here is a natural divot that was in the world with a little underwater cave. It was already there when I started, so what I decided to turn it into was a little oasis type of setup. So I completely covered it with glass, and I just filled it in with a bunch of decorations and some cocoa beans. This is where my cocoa beans are that I need for any projects. There's some like random miscellaneous plants. I used to throw anything I didn't need down that waterfall so it would despawn, so I still have this set up so I can if I need to. And there still are mobs that spawn down there once in a while, but mostly it's just kind of a little decorative area, and I put moss carpet over to follow the pathing. And yeah, it's just kind of a pretty little area I made. Over here is our farm area. We have them all kind of located right on this little circular, or I guess this little curve since they're all on that side. But they're all set up on this little sections that I know where they all are, and I can use them quite regularly. This is our sheep farm. We have some of the Jeb rainbow sheep in the center just for fun, and then we have every color of sheep that we could need all the way around so I can shear them and have constant colored wool. I have more of the black, white, and grays because they tend to be more useful. I can dye them whatever color I need, and they tend to be ones that I would use more often. So we also have some sheep here as just the meat farm sheep. Like these are for farming just plain white wool if I need to extra, or just farming them for having meat. We have a barn here which has an upper level and a down level, and it has an indoor and outdoor section of the pen, and this is for our cows. We have our little pig hut here, which is very similar to our other one, but I wanted one closer to our house so we could farm pigs more often. And then we have a chicken coop right there, which again is really similar to the other one with a little bit of minor tweaks, but also just so that I have chickens closer by without having to go all the way over there to do it. We have our melon and pumpkin farm, so we can streamline keeping melons and pumpkins to trade for the villagers for emeralds. We have a little pond here. We have a little campfire. We have our jungle section that's all fenced off, which is mainly just meant to be a place that actually has a purpose to have bamboo, since in case we need bamboo for anything. But considering I always have a surplus of bone meal, I don't ever really need to have bamboo in a place where I could farm it. I just kind of leave this here in case I need it, and if I need bamboo, I'll probably just bone meal it. This is going to eventually be a llama stable. It was supposed to be last episode, but I didn't end up getting around to it before I had to get off. This is a very old build that I haven't visited in a very long time. This was actually one of our first priorities in our world. I made a follower garden in celebration of reaching, I don't even remember how many followers I reached when I did this. I think it was for 25 or 20 followers that I reached this, that I did as a goal for this. And I was going to do some more stuff with it, like the more followers I reached, and I just haven't been able to, and I haven't remembered it was even here. But I made a really pretty little garden for our follower garden, and it's supposed to have a lectern with a book with all of my follower on Twitch, like all of my Twitch followers' names in it. And it's also supposed to have like different mobs that we'll tame and then name based on like the follower goal. And then it's got little stepping stones and a little tree swing. I quite like how it came out, and I really do love this build, and I would love to make it into an actual useful follower garden. I do still have all of the followers written down, I just haven't actually written them into a book since it's kind of tedious with using the typing interface on this. I could probably do that pretty soon, so that we also have a little extra celebration for 50 followers, since 50 followers will be the multiplayer world, but I also would like to add to this. Yeah, there's another cave over that way, and a couple more caves with some geodes and stuff. We have, it's getting a little laggy, we have this, which is just a little automated sugarcane thing. I don't tend to use it as much anymore, but I did use it so I could automate getting paper very quickly. There's another entrance to the underneath of the farms here, which I haven't filled in at all. We have this little cave that I turned into a bee farm. This was already a cave that existed, but I turned it into a like actual shut-off area and closed off the exits and everything so that I can have bees in here to have a regular source of honey for anything that I might need, like candles and build projects and stuff. And it turns out really pretty, and I quite like it. The bees all do pretty good at producing honey. I just don't tend to harvest it very often since I'm pretty bad at harvesting it without getting stung. I'm gonna go sleep. But yeah, that's pretty much the quick overview of the world. It's definitely a lot. It's hard to really give a full in-depth tour when there's so much to talk about with everything. Like, a lot of this has been over many months. This is the progress over the course of, I want to say, at least 4 months, but I'm not really sure. It's about as long as I've been streaming, as long as this world has been here. I would have to dig through some of the old, actually I am going to, I'm going to dig through the old VODs channel videos to see what the first VOD that I uploaded was, to see a rough idea of when we started this world, because the VODs channel has had back to like episode 9 or something like that. VODs. So yeah, so we started just actually remembering to upload the VODs on episode 11, and episode 11 was in October of 2022. So we actually have been working on this world for 9 or 10 months now, because episode 11 was pretty far into streaming. Which, by the way, the VODs channel is linked on the channel if you ever want to go back and watch any of the old stuff and see like how far the world has come and see any of that progress. It has been from all the way back to episode 11. Sadly, it wasn't all the way back from the beginning, but I wasn't I was very clueless with what I was doing when I started all of this. I really had no clue like what I was going to do and how to organize it, and how to set up a VODs channel and everything to keep track of all the old videos. So it's been kind of a slow going mess with keeping all the background stuff going and all the VOD stuff going. I still do have all the VODs that I have exported from Twitch, but I haven't uploaded them yet. So those will be going up. But yeah, this is pretty much it. This is the world. We have 101 levels. We have a bunch of maxed out gear. We have a ridiculous amount of builds, as you can see. We have a ridiculous amount of supplies. That's actually what I'm going to go showcase a little of, all the supplies that we've collected. Especially emeralds. Emeralds are absolutely insane with how many we have because of how often we trade with the villagers. We have a few stacks of diamonds and some extra diamond ore. I've been mining for diamonds off stream and getting the ore and then coming back up and mining it with my fortune pick, which has gotten me quite a decent amount here and there. I kind of have to just strip mine, which is annoying, so I don't tend to do it on stream. These are all of our emeralds that we've collected over the course of trading with the villagers. I really don't need this many, but I just tend to do it to repair. It's the easiest and quickest way for me to get XP to repair my tools, since they all have mending, so I tend to just run over there and trade with villagers for a while whenever I need to repair my tools, which leads to a surplus in emeralds. We've got some redstone, we've got quite a decent amount of coal, we've got a decent amount of our lapis, a ridiculous amount of copper usually, we've got a ridiculous amount of gold and iron, and then we have all our extra blocks and supplies, we have all of our woods, we have all of our extra supplies, we have a constant supply of bones because of our skeleton farm over there, which I can actually show you guys, and we have a lot of lanterns from trading with villagers as well, but otherwise, it's all just miscellaneous stuff we collect. I spent quite a while during one episode or off stream just collecting a ton of flowers and putting them all in an order so that I had them so I could use them for builds and stuff. Same thing with the wool. I organized it all in order of color so that we had it all in one place and I knew where everything was and it wasn't all jumbled. I will actually go show you guys the skeleton farm, which is over this way. As far as plans for future for this build, or for this world, I definitely want to finish that build. I definitely have a lot of space I want to keep filling in. I just want to keep slowly expanding it and filling it in. But because this has been the main thing that I've streamed on this world, which also don't mind that was, I had my friend on here to show him the world and he wanted to build something, so that's what he built. It was a little skyscraper. And I'm not taking it down because I like having something that he had left here. So anyways, yeah, as far as plans for the rest of this, I'm just planning to hopefully just slowly spread out the area that we have built, but I'm not going to be doing it as often after this episode just because it gets me really burnt out to only play this world when I want to do big builds or only play this world when I want to stream, and if I'm not focused enough to actually fully finish a build, I just kind of end up putzing around and doing random stuff, which isn't that interesting for stream. So in the future, moving on from episode 100, we're not going to be streaming this as much. We'll still be streaming it once in a while of this world, but I want to be able to do the multiplayer world and a bunch of other stuff, which I might be able to show you guys today as well. This is the aquarium base. There's 3 floors. It's going to be really cool. There's going to be like different sections for everything. There's going to be a turtle section, there's going to be dolphins, there's going to be every type of axolotl will have its own area. We'll have those big glass areas both there and on the edge over there are going to be just big, like giant tanks that have fish and coral and stuff. Under here is a big mine area, which is where I found my first spawner, and the spawner that I turned into a mob farm so that I can have XP and items. A lot of this is empty because I ended up mining it out for having the stone and supplies for trading with villagers. But this is the optimized little mob farm that we have. In here is where the original spawner was, and then they go down and they travel up a water chute and they drop down right here, and then you kill them, and I have all the supplies dropped here. And I started also doing this system where anything that's iron or gold I can put into those chests so that they'll auto smelt, and then we have extra supplies in here. So basically, yeah, we have a constant supply of bones. This was also here because I really needed nether wart, so I ended up putting those there so I could do that while I was also AFKing here for skeletons to spawn. I've had this since very early on in the world. It was really helpful in making a lot of the enchantments possible that we have, because we need to have so many levels to be able to combine things and enchant and everything, and it was hectic. We needed a lot of stuff, so I'm glad that it's so close by. And then I made my little water elevator just to get in and out to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, that's the world. We can do a flyby. It is insane to have spent this much time on a world. I still really want to keep improving and keep adding to it and doing more things with it. There's so many places I want to build. Like, for example, I want to build something big on that platform and at the top of the mountain over here, which I can fly over. The top of the mountain over here, I want to build like a camping area, which is going to have like cabins and a lake and a couple campfires and that sort of thing. Since I did terraform all this for quite a while, I brought it down quite a few levels. I also want to finish filling in there and in between our barns. I want to finish adding some more stuff to the village and finalizing that. I want to fill in there. I want to fill in all of in here since this is a pretty big empty space here. There's just a lot that I want to do. I would like to optimize this and make it look a little better than just a random line. I would also like to make an actual way to get very easily between here and my end, since my end portal is about 2,000 blocks in that direction. I'd like to make either an underground railway or maybe a bridge like that with a railway or something. That'll help make travel pretty easy between the two. There's a lot. I also want to do some pixel art in the air for some of these, like do a pixel art book above my library, do a pixel art hay or wheat above here for all the mobs, do a pixel art emerald over the village area, that sort of thing. Just for fun, just add some more stuff. Maybe do a pixel art bee above our bee farm over here, or above the nature area here. There's just a lot that I want to do, but because of the fact that we've spent over 100 episodes, but so many hours on this by now, I want to be able to kind of move away from it and start doing some other things for fun and streaming some of the other games that I have on the PlayStation and just being able to expand our content a little, because I bet part of the reason that I haven't been streaming as much is because I only really have this world set up to stream on, and it's a little tiring to only play this world whenever I want to stream, so sometimes I just don't. And sometimes I do stream and I stream muted, so that gets kind of tiring for some of the audience, since I understand not wanting to watch someone that's muted, but a lot of times when I do want to stream I am non-verbal, so it's hard for me to be able to talk to you guys while I'm streaming. But yeah, that's pretty much the world tour. That's as much as I have done in this world. I can't believe it went by so quickly. I was like speed talking so bad. But I also didn't want to go like ridiculously in depth with everything, because it's just, there's so much stuff. If I sat here and went ridiculously in depth, it would be the most boring thing ever to listen to, and that's just not fun. I like this world, and I like having it be kind of lighthearted and a nice place to be, and something that I'm really proud of and that we accomplished over the many months that we've been doing it. It's been almost a year, so which is insane to me. I cannot believe that. I didn't realize it's been that long that I've been streaming. But that's kind of the overview of the world, and we did a decent tour. I think what I might do is also show you guys the progress on the multiplayer world, since that'll be opening up in a little while, once we hit 50 followers, and we're 1 follower away, so pretty close to it. As far as this world goes, it's not goodbye, it's just a pause. I think whenever I'll be streaming this will be when I'm doing actual intense projects. As far as that, I'll just be playing it off stream. I think I won't be as afraid to do some decorative stuff off stream and just kind of give you guys a rundown when I get back on stream type of thing. So like, come on here and do some mining or fill in some of this decoration, and then go through after the fact when I get back on and be like, so I built this off stream and I did this. And I mean, you guys know that by now that cheats aren't enabled on this, and there's no way for them to be enabled because it's here for an achievement world. So you guys know by now that it's all legit and that I'm doing a lot of this work on my own, so, and I'm not letting anyone else in besides the occasional friend that I have IRL that I'm letting have a world tour in here and walk around and then leave. I have multiplayer turned back off right now, if I remember correctly, just because I don't like having more than just my work on this world, since I spent so much time with it, and it's meant to be a solo world. So I'll probably be doing more stuff for this off stream and some stuff on stream here and there when I do big projects that I want to stream. I definitely want to keep filling it in and keep decorating it. I think it'll be really cool, but I think it's something that I need to do at my own pace instead of just pushing myself to stream constantly. It was really fun when we started to be able to stream 3 times a week, streaming just this world, because there was so much that we could get done, and now it's just been harder and harder to be able to stream because there's so little that I have left to do besides giant projects that I am not often in the mood or have the energy to do. So it's a good thing to be able to take a break from it for a while and just kind of work on it at my own pace and have other things to stream. I don't know what else I'll be streaming. I have a bunch of other games to stream. I have Among Us. I can stream Among Us at some point. I have this game, it's like Animal Royale or something. Oh goodness. Excuse me, I'm extremely tired today. I have another game that's like Animal Royale or something. It's basically a like weird cartoony version of Fortnite that's easier to comprehend for my brain, because I'm not good with shooter games. And I really like playing that, and I might do some streaming of that. The closest I've gotten to placing first was like 5th place, so I'm getting close, but not quite there. It'd be cool to stream once in a while. I do actually really like the concept of it. I don't really understand the mechanics, but I do like it. I think we're going to delete this copy and make a copy now that it's pretty much done for right now, because this copy was before we started adding more last episode. Alright, let's delete this copy. I think what would be really cool too is to make it into a realm at some point someday, when I have the money to, and like create a copy and make it into a realm so that y'all can like walk around and see it all. That'd be really fun to do. I'm gonna make a different copy of it so that we have everything all fully updated in the copy. And then I'll show you guys the multiplayer world, since I did play on that off stream quite a bit as well. I also have The Sims that I could play. I just haven't really gotten into it because I'm kind of really mad at The Sims 4. I know The Sims 4 has a lot of really cool stuff that you can do, but it's like frustrating me because I'm really used to The Sims 3 that's much simpler to process and to work with. So it's hard for me to fully process and keep up with it. It gets very boring very fast and my brain just kind of fizzes out. There's a lot that I could do on Minecraft too. Like I can do a multiplayer survival, which is going to be this one. We could do a multiplayer or a single player creative world. We could do a lot of stuff that I would like to do, but I haven't gotten around to yet. So I can't wait to actually move away from the concept we originally had for streams. As much as it's been fun to do that world, it's going to be even more fun to be able to expand some more. I also have Stray, which I never finished playing. Is it Stray? Is that what it's called? I don't know. The cat game. I have that I never finished playing. There's a lot of stuff that I could play on stream. I have Fishing Planet, I think, or Fishing. We have Derailed or Unrailed that we were playing off and on stream here and there. That was fun to play when I have the energy to. So this is the multiplayer survival. I've been working on it off stream to try and get some more supplies so that when people do get to join once we hit 50 followers, I'll be able to distribute some stuff to people. I found a lot of supplies mining for quite a while. I found a mine shaft and just kind of mined like crazy to get a bunch of supplies. I've just been trying to optimize like what I'll be able to give to you guys whenever we get to the point of having more people in this than just me, so that you guys don't have to work so hard at the startup. Like it'd be really cool to be able to give everyone some iron and some wood and be like iron and coal and wood and be like, here you go, now you get a little starter kit, instead of everyone having to fight and fend to get to where they need to get to. I haven't done a ton with it. I haven't built anything yet, and I haven't really explored fully besides like filling in my map. So there's a lot to be explored. I did start a quarry so that I could try to find some supplies, but I never found anything, so I ended up going looking for caves, which took me way off in that direction, and then I found a cave and a mine shaft, and I mined for ages. Still haven't found diamonds yet. It'd be cool to have diamonds to share with you guys, but haven't found them yet. So I'm just kind of playing around and doing whatever on this world to be able to have some supplies for sharing with everyone once it becomes a point that we can have multiple people on it, which we're 1 follower away from. We're actually at 57 subscribers on the VOD channel, so if we had a subscriber from the VOD channel over here, it would actually be enough, but I'm not in any rush to reach it. I know it'll take a while, so I think it'll be a fun little thing to look forward to. I think what would be really cool is to do another survival world as well, like one of my own solo worlds, that like maybe I'll let some certain people join in here and there, but I do have a duo world that I was playing with my friend, but that's probably not something I'll stream because him and I play while we're on the phone, and I would prefer to keep that to us. I'm actually curious if I can connect a Microsoft account to get cross-platform going too, so we can play some servers on stream. But my Microsoft account that I normally use is already connected to an account and it won't let me, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to set that up properly, which is gonna be a pain. As you can see, also I have a different skin, which is just a free skin I found. I liked it. I also want to play around with some stuff in the store too at some point. It'd be really cool. I think we could get some of like the mob packs and mashup packs and resource packs and stuff and play a world. Like, it'd be really cool to just buy a bunch of the resource packs and play a world that has like crazy additions from resource packs and stuff, you know? It'd be pretty cool. It'd also be pretty cool to do like a skyblock world, which you can also buy out of these packs as well. But I'd have to buy some of the, whatever the coins are called. Which I probably can eventually. I probably actually eventually will do, like the $20 pack, since that'll get us plenty of stuff. Buy like the $20 pack at some point, and then buy a bunch of resource packs and stuff, and buy some skins, and just play some fun things. It'd be really cool to be able to just like set up a bunch of these at once, you know? Set up a bunch of different texture packs or resource packs and item packs, and just have fun. Going crazy with it. And we can do a skin pack eventually so that we have some cool skins. I think it'd be really cool as well. I love the realism pack. That'd be so cool. Yeah, like we could do like insane craft pack or something and do a world based on that, which would be really fun. Or like add insane craft and mobs or something, you know? Like just do like one of the like mob pack or mod pack type of worlds that I used to love watching, but do it on here, which would be fun. I think there's a lot that, I didn't mean to click on that. I think there's a lot we could do if we got some more resource packs and stuff and started applying them. Like, you know what would be really cool? Doing insane craft, extra mobs, and then mob fusion. Although mob fusion is kind of not that necessary, but insane craft and extra mobs would be really cool. And then doing a world with true realism as well would be really cool. Or even just put true realism over the world that we have right now to show you. And then I also want to do something like one block. One block will be really fun to do a world based off of one block and skyblock type of thing. There's so many things. We could also do more blocks as one. I don't know, there's just so many things that we could do. And we could put together onto a world and play. It would be fun. It'd be really cool. I know it's more useful to do that type of stuff on like the PC version, but my PC can't really handle that much right now, so I actually can't even do anything with my PC right now because it needs to get a better storage on it. It only has 50 gigs and they are full, so I have to, or not 50 gigs. Yeah, I think 50 gigs. I don't remember, something small, and they're all full, so I'm gonna have to move stuff around and get an external hard drive for some of the stuff and everything else, but I think it'll be really cool. I think we could get some really cool stuff going if we could buy some stuff in the store here and there, and start using it. It'd be nice. There are some free stuff as well, like educational-wise, but there's a lot of cool things we could do if we had the bubbles or coins or whatever too. And a lot of it's like 1,000 or less, so like buying the $20 pack would get us quite a decent amount. Even probably buying 2 of the $20 packs or something, but I have to make that money to do that, so it'll take a while. Right now I'm trying to save up money for the trip I'm doing on Tuesday to go to the beach with my mom and my cousin. We also have a couple other worlds that I haven't played in a while, like this one I played with my now ex here and there. There was some stuff that I was building on that. This one was also something I wanted to build because it had a pretty cool setup. I don't know, I don't tend to keep up with worlds as much as I did with this. My worlds very much so don't last long, so the fact that I have this world has lasted for hundreds on hundreds of hours is pretty insane to me. I don't know, it's crazy. There's a lot more I want to do. I want to play Minecraft Dungeons more again, because I did finally transfer my save data over from the other PlayStation that I was playing on when I started doing this. Because for anyone that's been around a very long time, I did start doing this streaming from a different PlayStation, which was my now ex's PlayStation, but then I got my own PS4, so I could do it from mine, and I transferred everything over, but I forgot to transfer my Minecraft Dungeons account, which was or account data, which was like a level 100 character. So I finally transferred that. I also want to try to get my PS3 booted up, because I want to see if I can transfer my save data on my PS3 for Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare onto like the cloud using PS Plus, and then transfer it into this, because I did get the Garden Warfare game on here, but I really don't want to start over because I have all of my characters at least level 10, and I have a lot of extra stuff and a lot of extra characters, and I really just don't want to start over with that. That's way too much data to just restart from. It's really boring to play when you have low level characters. So, and that'd be really fun to stream because I actually really love playing that game. But my current controller that I have out for my PS3 is a wireless that needs batteries, and I don't have AA batteries, so I'm gonna have to find one of my other controllers and dig it up and see what I can do about that. That'd be fun to stream at some point soon. What else? I can also stream Castle Crashers. I could also stream, which I could also upload the data from, but I'll probably just do it from scratch because it's fun to play from scratch every once in a while. I don't remember the other games that I have. I also want to buy some more games here and there when I find some good ones on sale. There's a lot that I want to do with streaming. I've been pretty busy doing some stuff in real life as well. Like, I've been trying to keep up with my book goal for the year. I'm trying to read 80 books by the end of the year, and I'm at 60 something, so I'm getting pretty close. But the reason I also read so much is because I'm trying to get rid of some books, so as I read them, if I don't want to keep them, I'm just getting rid of them for sale through a thrift book app called Pango Books, which I actually will have to link somewhere somehow on the channel. There's some stuff that I have like over 150 books that I'm selling, and I'm trying to get rid of those, and then I'm also sorting what ones I'm keeping and sorting the ones that I have left to read, and just slowly just forcing myself to just take book after book off the shelf and just read it instead of ignoring it and pretending it's not there, and choosing certain books that I get, so that I'm actually selling off things that I don't need and figuring out which ones I do want to keep. I like this little animation. But yeah, there's a lot that I've been doing in real life. I've also been really heavily focused on learning stuff through courses that I could use in business knowledge. For example, right now I'm very intensely into a herbalism course, learning about herbal medicine and herbal healing and that sort of thing. I'm almost halfway through that. It's been really intensive. Most of my courses I've done have taken under 20 pages of notes total. That one is almost at 20 pages of notes, if not more than 20 pages of notes, and I'm not even halfway through the course. It's been pretty research heavy and note heavy on trying to learn everything that I can through it, which is going to be really cool. There's a lot of really interesting stuff learning for it, and I'll get a diploma afterwards from it, which will be nice. Yeah, I definitely have a lot of stuff to get done. I'm also still trying to figure out vehicle-wise. I don't have a vehicle. I hopefully will have the insurance money within the next week or two, but I still won't have a vehicle. So I'll have to figure out buying a vehicle and all that, which is going to be a mess. I've also been helping my friend do some stuff for his vehicles. Puppy dog. I'm also going to get Nixie some new gear so that her and I can go on walks and runs more often at night, which will be cool. Her and I used to, but she outgrew all of her harnesses, so I'm going to get her a new harness, and I need to get a new traffic leash to help for when we're out and about for that. But that'll be like $40 worth of stuff, so it'll take me a while. Pretty much everything that I can afford right now is bills, and that's it, and even that's rough. My ex / the person I live with is the person that pays for everything right now, so his money is pretty tight on bills. He also keeps buying really expensive stuff, so it makes bills a mess. So yeah, we're just trying to get by, and I'm just trying to get through life one step at a time. My birthday's coming up in a few months in October, and I really want to have life a little more figured out and be on my own and not living with someone by then, so, or at least not living with this person by then. So there's a lot that has to get done. There's a lot that's been frazzling my brain lately. So I really do want to get back to streaming. I miss you guys. I miss talking with you all. You all are really awesome to just sit and chat with. I miss my old chat that, like, y'all would stop in every time I streamed and, like, chat with me, and 2 or 3 people would be on to just kind of chat, but I also have been streaming for 9 months, so people come and go, which is fine. I appreciate anyone that does stop by, and even people that are just lurking. I love being able to be on here streaming. It's one of my favorite things to do. But I also need to look at it as a hobby instead of a business, and I was trying to look at it as a business and work myself to the bone to do it. So that's why we kind of spaced out the streaming, and why I'm only really on here once in a while, every week or 2 weeks. I would love to make this a business, but it's not worth the burnout and exhaustion that it causes me to be constantly talking for hours on hours at a time, multiple times a week. So I pace it with what is more comfortable for me and keeps me from being burnt out, because I still have a lot to keep up with in real life too. As of right now, that was the full world tour. I can't believe we have done 100 episodes of that world. I can't believe I've spent so many hours in that world. I really want to do a new world soon. I think that's one of the next Minecraft streams will be. We start a brand new world. I think that multiplayer world will stay on the back burner until we hit 50 followers, which should be pretty soon, but who knows. I think the next Minecraft stream will be a brand new world, because I want to be able to find a cherry biome, which it's showing right now, but I want to be able to find the new biomes and play with the new features and stuff, since that world has been around long enough that it doesn't have that as much. So yeah, there's a lot that I want to do. I think the next stream will hopefully be a different game, maybe even an Among Us stream, just muted, because I do play Among Us a lot lately. I'm like level 30 something. I wish I could just exit this and show you guys, but when I exit Minecraft, it closes the stream, so that's why I'm sitting here in the loading screen. Otherwise I'd just switch to a different game, but when I switch games, it closes the stream, and then I have to start a new stream, and I really don't want to start a brand new stream, so, because it would only be playing around for maybe like a half hour, so I'll hopefully stream some more stuff soon. I can't wait to stream some new games. I can't wait to get the VODs channel going a little more again, get some of these VODs exported and uploaded. For anyone that's looking for any of our old streams, they're all on the VODs channel. There's a bunch of stuff you can see. I played a couple other games. I played a ton of Minecraft, as you guys know. There's like upwards of like 8-hour streams that are uploaded for some of those VODs, because I exported every VOD, I'm pretty sure, or almost every one from episode 11 onwards. So yeah, there's a lot to see, and you can kind of see my awkward nature throughout those, because I've always been pretty awkward on the microphone. I like to just talk to you guys like you're my pals, even though I don't usually have pals, so, but I do like to just kind of talk to you guys straightforward about things and about random things like I normally would. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I would really like to stream some other games soon. I don't know if that'll be tonight at all. I think for tonight what I'm going to do is get off and read a book and maybe do some more of my course and try to do some work. And hopefully I'll get a call from my friend in an hour or two when he's done with his projects. So yeah, I'm pretty much just putzing around for the night in my house. I don't know. I will stream soon if I can. I don't know if I can anytime immediately. I would love to, but most of the time that I've been on this PlayStation has been when I'm on the phone with my friend at night and just kind of playing random games in the background and not playing my best, so I don't know if I really want to stream it. And it would be muted if I did stream it, and sometimes muted's pretty irritating to watch, so I don't know. We'll see. I think for right now that's going to be all. I'm really glad to be able to do a full world tour. I'm really glad to have spent 100 episodes. I have streamed for so many hours. I couldn't even count the hours that I had streamed this world, and I have streamed for the total of 49 followers, which is insane. We have made almost 50 followers in the 9 months we have been streaming this world, and I can't wait to start expanding and doing more things and talking with you guys more and trying to stream in a way that's really fun and actually keeping me engaged instead of just doing the putzing around on a world that I get tired of. So for now, that'll be all. I'm gonna go read. I hope you guys do something you enjoy tonight. Be sure to take care of yourselves, eat something, drink some water, take your meds if you need to, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!